Welcome back, podcast peeps, to this month's episode. We're your hosts, Claire Squared, and we're joined with
Natalie. Yay! To the 1st degree, it's just one Natalie today.
Okay.
Just one of her.
One me.
Hey, that's all we need.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Natalie. I am a leader at the Rose District campus on Wednesday nights, but a consistent attendee of the church. I used to work at the church in the production department a few years ago, and now I work in the music industry within Tulsa.
Oh, wow. You're so talented.
Film, entertainment industry. So,
don't you work concerts?
I used to work concerts. Now sometimes I book concerts, but not all the time.
Did you meet famous people?
I've met random different famous people, but the most famous person I've probably met was we brought her in town for an event, and we hosted Angelina Jolie. So we had a party with Angelina Jolie, and I got to meet her and her daughter.
Oh my gosh.
And that was wild.
So cool. Okay, yeah. That is so cool.
That was,
I feel like
so
that's
random.
a really big flex.
Yeah. She was really nice.
Man.
Her jawline looked like it cut me from a mile away.
Oh my gosh.
Coming up.
That
you
is
made
crazy.
me think you just met really underground people, but you Angelina Jolie.
Did I not tell you this?
No.
Yeah, we hosted her.
The lore.
Uh-huh.
Where's the lore?
Yeah.
Gone.
No. Anybody and above and below. All people.
In between.
Yeah.
All around.
Uh-huh.
Everywhere. Okay. Well, when did you start coming to the assembly?
So I started coming to the assembly. What age are you at 8th grade? Is that 13?
You're 14.
14.
13 or 14.
Okay. 13 or 14, which is crazy because happy 10-year anniversary to me if it was 14 because I'm 24 now. And I started coming to the assembly because my substitute teacher, or not even my substitute teacher, my sisters, I have all these sisters that ran around Broken Arrow. And one of my sister's substitute teachers wanted to hang out with us at lunch. And so she brought us pizza to enjoy at Oliver Middle School. And that substitute teacher was like, hey, you guys should come to Spring Retreat. It's so fun. It's a great opportunity to meet new people. And I wasn't really going to church at the time. And so we were like, okay. And so me and my 3 sisters all went to Spring Retreat and then started going to the assembly.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is great. And wait. Your sisters were leaders here too at some point, weren't they?
Yes. So I am sisters with Rachel Christ, who was a leader at South, I think 2 years ago. But a lot of people know Rachel. She is just the most fun person in any room. And then my other sister, Noelle, I think she may have been a leader here back when she went to TCC, but now she lives in New York City.
Oh, wow.
So
all you guys are
she can't
so
lead
talented.
in New York. But yeah, she's great. She's very great. Thank you.
Okay, so this episode, we're going to be talking kind of about humility and new beginnings since it's grad season, grades are ending, we're going into summer. So, wait, was there a moment when a new beginning changed the course of your life unexpectedly?
Oh, goodness. That's a very big question. But I think, we're talking about grad season.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, this is super relevant. I think going to college for me was such a new beginning, especially because, I mentioned before, I have my sisters, my girls, and so it's twin sister Noelle and then also 2 twin sisters, all same age. So it was 4 of us, constant friendship around you always. We never had to walk into a room alone. A lot of codependency. So whenever I went to college and I was completely on my own, none of my sisters went with me, I was like, wow, who am I? What does Natalie do? What does Natalie say when she walks into a room and people don't know who she is because she went to the same school for 12 years? I was BA till I die from preschool to graduation. So I think that was a major new beginning. Did that answer the question? I forget the whole question.
I think so. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say that answered. Claire?
How can you personally define humility for yourself?
I think humility is really just understanding that you're not the smartest person in the room and there is anybody that you can learn from. So, and I mean, that's so true being a youth leader. I learned from you guys every single time I talk to you. So.
Okay, wow. Love that.
But that's
so
a simple answer.
Would you encourage like youth students to come back and be a leader at their youth or like another youth group?
Yeah, I think wherever you go and whatever you're passionate about. Because, of course, I talked about I used to work on the production team. So being in production, like that was something that was my form of worship, was running audio, running lighting. And I was able to really like discover a different version of myself because those were skills that I didn't know I possessed. And that was like unlocking a creative side of me that I didn't think I had because I wasn't exactly I wasn't the person singing on stage or playing an instrument, but I still was involved with worship through that way. So a long time I wasn't even exactly a youth leader. I was serving on the worship team. So not as much of saying, oh, people should come back and be a youth leader, but I think that anybody should really discover what their talents are, what their gifts are, and what they're passionate about, and figure out how to serve the Lord in that way. So there's just a whole other dimension to understanding your walk with Christ whenever you're serving the Lord through the things that you're passionate about.
Oh, that's good.
Who's somebody that you like really look up to for their humility?
There's probably a lot of people. I'm trying to think of like the best example in this moment. I mean, my mom is so humble in a way where she doesn't even like know how cool she is. Like she is just the kindest, most generous, friendly person I know who's just willing to give up her life for the person that's needing a friendship or a mother. But then she also doesn't even understand how cool of a mom she is. So I think that is definitely like somebody that's very humble. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law too, they are full-time missionaries, and their whole entire life and thought process is the next way to serve and gather more souls and have the lost discover Jesus. And I think that's also a whole other type of humility where they understand the power of God and the impact of God and just their constant devotion to serve the Lord and make sure his works are done here on earth. So I think there's several different versions of humility and leadership that I've been able to witness.
Wow, that was really good. So I want to congratulate you. Didn't you just celebrate your 2-year wedding anniversary?
2-year wedding anniversary,
Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're
we
welcome.
celebrated in the best way we know how, which is the Six Flags meal pass where you get a free meal every 90 minutes along with
90?
a free drink. Yes, and we started the timer. We landed on the premises right when they opened and we got a meal and then we started our 90-minute timer. We could fit about 2-3 roller coasters in between each meal deal, and we ended the day with 5 meals and a drink. $120 value for a $20 add-on of a normal ticket. This is not sponsored by Six Flags Dining Pass. But if you want to celebrate your love in any way, the best way I know how is through eating corn dogs and chicken fingers at an amusement park.
Wow. That is so great.
Highly recommend it.
That is so great. So what was it like going from, because I would say to me, you're like a very independent person.
Thank you.
So going from that to being married and like making this new life.
Yeah.
How is that?
I think it's super interesting because whenever you are in church and you're like in that like faith-based community, a lot of people get married at a younger age, or at least a lot more than like the rest of the world would think. But in my line of work, like I am constantly working with people that don't know Jesus, don't get it, think it's like a thing of the past, and are just like, wait, you got married at 22? They're like, that's like, wait, how old are you? Like, they cannot wrap their head around it. And I remember whenever I got married, there was somebody I was working with that was like, oh, do you want me to help you with your like prenup? And I was like, no, I'm not getting married to get divorced. Like, I am committed to this relationship. And so it was different to like, get married at a younger age, and also the codependence that you're asking about that comes with that. was maybe a learning curve on like, this life is not just about me, it's about this other person too. But it's so fun. Like whenever you meet the right person, and my husband's name is Sam, and Sam and I are just so aligned. Like we are just so aligned in what our dreams are and what our goals are. And as long as we can like plug each other in on that and communicate efficiently, then like we're still living for ourselves. And we're still walking with God on our own paths, and we're not together every second of the day. And he's gonna do some things that he finds fun, and I'm gonna do other things that I find fun. But ultimately, whenever we're like going to bed or waking up in the morning and we see each other, it's like, woohoo, like we're gonna have fun today, and we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna love each other. And it's chill. There has not been much pressure with it. And I think that's a key thing, is as long as you're communicating to one another, like any good relationship, and not putting too much pressure on any set expectation, then it's just a vibe. I love it.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah. I recommend it whenever you're 22. I'm just kidding. Whatever timeline works for you.
You have to be 22.
All of my closest friends like are not even in relationships, so it's kind of funny in that way. But we're all friends with everybody's friends. So
hey, it's just your own path.
Yeah,
cruising. It's awesome. Was there ever a time that you had to like admit you were wrong, just with anything?
Yeah, I think growing up as a teenager, I was pretty stubborn, and my parents were divorced growing up, so I was always kind of had this like inner rage built up about like just like step parent problems, like what's going on? Why is it not this way? Or why are you not treating me this way, or whatever? Like I had all of these thoughts, and I did not know how to keep my mouth shut. So I talked a lot. I was very outspoken. I maybe talked about some things I didn't completely understand. So I think whenever I grew up, I was like, oh wow, like there are a lot of things that I may have said or may have done that was not completely accurate. And it is those moments where you have to just apologize for not having humility in that moment, and then also look back and see what you can learn from those moments too. I think, of course, I mean, we're talking in the AY podcast, like I can't imagine what my life would have been like without having that like grounding every single Wednesday, where it's like we're walking in the Lord and walking in faith each week. But every Wednesday you get to gather together and be with people that believe the same thing you do, and people that are a lot smarter than you sometimes too. Like, not saying like since I'm a leader now, like I'm way smarter, but like my leaders back then, I was like just honest with them. And that was a point too, where I was honest enough with them to trust them to tell me when I was wrong. And so they would tell me like, oh, Natalie, like maybe you shouldn't be doing this. And I'd be like, okay, like, can you hold me accountable? And so I think that's like such a good opportunity growing up and developing and having to deal with all the struggles of being a teenager, and being able to have these people that you're like, tell me when I'm wrong. Like, I know you're not going to judge me. Like, we're in a safe space. Just let me be me, and like help me get better, because I know I'm not perfect. So I hope that answered.
What advice would you give to someone who is about to encounter like a really big change? Like, I guess like me, like going to college and
graduation, class of 2025.
Yay.
I think in everything you do, you just need to keep your firm foundation. Like, I don't know what your vibe is, and like I feel like I don't know if you're joining a sorority or like what. Like,
I do not have the funds.
Yeah, I know, it's so expensive. I don't know either. But woohoo for the people that do. But like I don't know like who your circle of influence will be. But in my work too, like I'm, like I said, constantly not around Christians, and so that's an adaptation I had to make from working at the church, and really my whole circle being everybody at the church to being in this like secular field. But you just need to know your foundation, and you need to know the line across from like when you're influencing someone to when you're being influenced.
Yeah.
And so as long as you're like focused and you go in determined on what you want to accomplish, who you want to be, and you stay true to that, and you find ways to remind yourself of those goals, then I think it's great. Like, I think as long as there are going to be times where I know sometimes in college I struggled with being like, I commuted to school, so I didn't always have like a really tight friend group at my school in my everyday walk. But it was always those things where I was like, okay, like if I'm experiencing this problem, identify this problem and then pray about it. Because it's just like, I mean, today more than able, like every situation, like, God, I need friends, like God will give you friends, or God, I need just somebody to talk to in this class so I don't feel as confused. Like, God can do that because he cares for you. So, yeah, I think any change in your life, like if somebody's getting a new job or if somebody's like having to move, whatever it is, like as long as you know who you are and who you want to be, then you can stay true to that because we've got God helping us out.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have that. We're
And it's so
blessed.
sad.
It's so sad.
Because we just have like a best friend whenever we need it.
And it's the constant reminder of like, Lord, let my heart break for what breaks yours.
Yeah.
Like also give me a heart for the people I'm going to be meeting in this new season too that are lost.
Yeah.
Like help me be a disciple. Help me have courage to be a disciple and to know like my ways and my beliefs are true because I've witnessed you, and to just walk forward in that.
Yeah.
So I pray that you and all the other graduates are about to like go around the world and like preach the gospel and then come home and tell us about it.
Yeah. Wow. It's going to be great. I know you mentioned like going from your circle being people from the church to like completely different. Do you ever get discouraged like having all those influences around you, or like how do you go on a daily?
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of my passion, because I never felt called to ministry specifically, and then so that's why I knew out of college I wanted to witness to the lost. A lot of my I don't get discouraged as much by the people I'm around because like I know, like I'm very aware that people out there exist that believe totally different things that I do. I think any discouragement comes in whenever I'm just like, oh God, like how do I teach to them? And also how do I teach them in a way that's like legal or like I'm allowed to? Because like for my job, I'm supposed to like do my job, which covers me like supporting and being a resource. And if I like make somebody really mad because they find out what I believe in and I'm trying to witness to them to something that they're just not going to want to agree with, it is like a little scary like territory of like how much like, and especially with people you see every day, like your direct coworkers, it's like how much can I let them know that Jesus is my savior and pray and believe and like invite them to church and want them to like love you and get to know you and be saved. But then at the same time, like not have a target on my back because the rest of the world and the whole world is saying complete opposite of what we believe. And it's just another thing where it's like, okay, what's more important? And what's more important is spreading the gospel. It's just the technique of how to do that, where these people know that they are still loved by us. And like, I truly do love them and I care about them and I think they're awesome. But I care about them and love them so much that I want them to have the same salvation I have. Yeah. So it's just a balance of like, how do we preach the gospel to this group? And that's where the discouragement comes in, is like, oh, am I doing enough?
Oh yeah.
So yeah. But yeah.
What encouragement would you give like somebody trying to move forward in that?
And like preaching the gospel? Or
like if we can't necessarily speak it like that, how are we able to like
inch closer?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I get fascinated because, like I said, like I work with all kinds of people and I see so many different faces and throughout my day, and have so many different like people I meet that I'm like, what? Like I didn't think I'd ever be in a room with you or
Angelina.
But a lot of these people, like they don't literally know somebody that believes in God. Like in their whole circle, like they're popular or they're like an influencer or whatever it may be. Like they don't they think that they're in this world that all of their friends, all of their surroundings are just anti-God, or like, and they don't know that they have people that genuinely have a relationship with God with them. But that's because a lot of these people are based on like having maybe past church hurt, or are just had this experience, and they think all of these like people that call themselves Christians are cut out the same. And then I'm like waving my flag, like, no, I love Jesus. I'm not hiding it on any of my like personal accounts or whatever. Like, you know, me in a professional setting where I'm just kind, I'm loving, I'm helpful. I'm never like doing anything sinful. Like, I'm not going to engage in like saying bad words or like talking as other people do in a negative way. I'm like still living out Christ. And so a lot of my goal is that they recognize that, and that they can confide in me if they need to, or have that spiritual interaction. And also just praying for these people. Like, God works through all their lives, whether it's through me or whether it's just God hitting them hard. So just praying that those moments happen for them too.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I need to take that to my school.
Yeah,
right.
I
really
could be better in it
scared.
every day. Like, I'm not like saying as if I'm a genius at this, because I'm really
Yeah.
not, but it's always something I want to work on.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're saying that, because like I get
Yes.
scared all the time, and
It's
I'm like,
so scary.
I don't know how to do it at school. I'm like,
And I
okay.
graduated from BA like 6 years ago, I think. It was like 2018. 7? Gosh. Ooh. And like the world has totally changed just even since I've been there. Like, it just continues to get darker.
Yeah.
So, but
Anyways, what motivates you to embrace a fresh start? I don't know if we've asked like the same question like 50
No,
different
you're
versions.
good. You're good. We'll just keep trying to answer it a different way if it is the same question. I think embracing a fresh start is exciting and scary. Whenever I think of fresh start, I always think of like the old baptism signs that the assembly used to have, that people would get baptized and then take their fresh start photo.
That was me.
Right? Yeah, I know. It was so cute. I don't know where it went. But I mean, a fresh start, if we want to connect it directly with baptism and that language, like a fresh start is a good thing. Like, God preaches a fresh start, and to have a fresh start, you get renewed and you get used a whole different way. So we're both having a fresh start with Jesus whenever we get saved and get baptized. But whenever we're going into fresh start, like seasons in our life, it's natural. Like, you can't run away from it. You can't hide from life changing. So even though it's scary and it's never going to be easy, and you're never maybe going to always feel 100% confident about the next season that you're going into, it's still a good thing. And it's a biblical thing for life to change and you to be witnessing to new people and around new people and developing your career or your education or whatever it may be. Yeah. So just finding comfort in, this is scary, but it's natural, and you're going to feel empowered when you do it.
Good. I'm excited to start college.
Yeah, I'm so excited
New
for
starts.
you. You're going to do a great job.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where are you going again?
Oklahoma State.
Go Pokes.
Go Pokes.
Hopefully their football team will be a little better.
My whole family is
care?
OU. Yeah. I have a picture with my grandpa with me. I was like 3, and I have my OU PJs on, and he was watching like an OU game, and now he's like, do I need to like change my wardrobe?
That's funny.
Because I went to his house the other day, and he was wearing an OU sweatshirt. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm wearing the wrong shirt.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. It doesn't offend me.
I did not care about sports until I got married. But whenever I was in elementary school, we had like the game day where you dress up for your team. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have a team. So then I had to do some investigative research, and I found out the boy I liked was an OU fan. So I like had my mom take me to Walmart and get like the cheapest like OU shirt, because I would only wear it on the day. So I could like talk to him and be like, yeah, I'm an OU fan too.
Did you get
He never liked me.
Oh.
It never worked out.
Hey, that's okay.
It's fine.
Because look who
I've
you're with
moved on.
now.
I'm so happy now. I think
Yes.
he's married too.
Oh,
we're
congrats.
chilling. But yeah, the OU thing, it didn't work out as I hoped it would.
Are you still friends with
Yes,
some of
it
your
is.
friends from high school?
I'm friends with so many of my friends from high school. And I advise you, like, and I think, I mean, church relationships, those are things that last.
Yeah.
As, like, it's just hanging out. But a lot of my friends from high school, like, we text in a group chat
Oh, that's
every single
fun.
day. And a funny thing about my friend group, too, is that my mom was in my group chat, which is so
Okay.
unusual because, like, nobody else says that. Like, it's all my closest friends and my mom. And like, she honestly has saved us a lot of times too, because she's like, I think she internally knows how important those relationships are for us.
Yeah.
So even whenever the group chat would be like kind of low key, she would like text like an inspirational quote that she would like find on Google, and it'd be like, oh, mom, like so cute. And then everybody would start talking again.
Aw.
So that was like, I'm like, give credit where credit's due. Like, my
Yeah.
mom in my group chat is probably one of the things that has kept my high school friends together, because
Wow.
a lot of them moved. Like, several of them left Tulsa, left Oklahoma, but we're still like every day, every problem in our lives, like every prayer request, like we are in the group chat
Wow.
and talking to each other. And
That's
I love that.
good.
I'm so
Awesome.
thankful for that. Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people, like, when they go to college, they're like, I just want to go to college and never see anyone from high school ever again. Or, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I had this meeting with someone in financial aid, and she was like, I'm rooming with one of my best friends since, like, middle school. And she was like, you may not even be friends with her at the end of the year. I was like, oh,
Okay.
are you serious? Like, what? But do you like, or is it cool to be able to see your friends' new starts, like,
Oh, so
online
cool.
and everything like that?
Oh, it's so cool. And I've even had friends too that had like complete turnarounds, because whenever I was in high school, I was like very involved in like the like kind of artsy scene. I had like every color of hair. Some of my kids were like, or some of my closest friends were kind of like crazy. And so I've like, I think in that way too, and bringing up humility again, I was like very outspoken and would straight up tell my friends, like, and maybe I wasn't always in the right place, like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you not walking with God in this way where
Hey, I
it
mean,
maybe
it's good to
wasn't
call 'em
always my
out.
place? Because sometimes I would get very sassy. But then these people would have like complete turnarounds when they went to college and like found a new like group. Like, I have one friend that just I didn't realize how like far like away he had gotten, and he got completely saved and completely involved with this church, and then he wanted to kind of like witness more, and he leads a Bible study, and like
Wow.
he went to an art school too, so like very like
Yeah.
not religious. And it was like a complete thing where I was like, I didn't even like see you as a leader in that way in high school, and here you are like going off doing your own thing, working a big
Wow.
boy job,
Look at
and
him
like
go.
leading a Bible study for people that are like so confused about God. And he's killing it. So
Wow.
it's like sad, because I'm like, sure, I wish we could still hang out every day like we used to,
Yeah.
but I love to see that you're thriving in your other place.
Wow. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love my friends. But I mean, you might not always, that might not like, be the case for everybody, and that's okay too. But I'm
Yeah.
very thankful I'm still close to my high school friends.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Thanks.
That's
You're
great.
welcome.
Well, do you have any more questions?
No?
Do you have anything you would like to tell us? Any secrets?
Oh gosh, I don't think any secrets. Not on the spot.
Any
Like, I can
encouragement?
answer any questions. What were you saying?
Any encouragement?
Any encouragement? I encourage you all, anybody who is watching the podcast, and anybody who might be dreaming of us in this very scenario right now, like maybe 5 feet away, to just be excited. I think like I think people get scared, and then people get overwhelmed with the moment so much that they're in, or just so ready for the next step that they don't like live in the second. But I mean, I wish I could go back to high school. I had so much fun, like, with the friends that I was around. And I just like hope the people graduating and the people that are like still in it and able to be a youth student. My golly, I had so much fun as a youth student. Like, just enjoy what you're in. Like,
Yeah.
it's so good to think about the future, but I hyper focused on the future so much, and I was always so stressed out.
Yeah.
Always had to have the perfect grades, like always had to like kind of know what I was doing with my life, that I was like, oh my gosh, did I enjoy it to the fullest while I was in
Yeah.
that moment? So like, congratulations on graduating. My
Thank
girl
you.
Claire is about to be a senior, and that's gonna freak me out emotionally. But like, just have fun. Like, I know it's hard and times will always be hard, especially when you're a teenager. But if you can like look at it with like is it a bird's eye view? Is that what people say? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just look at it from zoomed out. Like, there's a lot of blessings that are probably working in your lives right now that you don't even completely understand. So be grateful to your parents, the people around you. Like, might sound cheesy, but I'm like, wow, life moves fast, but it's cool to be in the moment you're in, and no other time will be like it. So
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, next week, Mother's Day. Tell your mothers you love them. Come to church. Bring your moms.
Yeah. Praise God.
Yes.
Praise God.
And then summer. Happy summer,
Summer's
everybody.
done and the weather is hot. What is that song? What's a High School Musical song? I'm not going to sing.
Okay.
Never mind.
Anyways, I hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you in June.
And
Yay! Bye, guys.
Bye.